Hey guys, it's Greg here from F.A.T Talk, Fire Apparatus Technician Talk, or F.A.T. I just wanted to jump on here. I was not planning on making another video so quickly. I just recently gave my New Year's wishes to everybody, and literally on that same day I was informed that a man that I looked up to, respected, and really thought of as a mentor had passed away. And a lot of you I think will know who I'm talking about. It's Mr. Bill Foster of Spartan Motor Company. I didn't know Bill personally. Before 2019, I didn't know who Bill was. But when I had the opportunity to meet him at the 2019 Spartan Training Truck Conference, and the imprint that man left on me has lasted ever since that day. And when I thought about how I was going to pay tribute, I had written a piece that I was going to post on the community, and it just didn't seem to do justice to me. So I wanted to come on and do the best I could to give a man the tribute that I feel he deserves. My first meeting with Bill shows my novice when it came to fire trucks. I was new to the world of fire truck repair. I'd been a mechanic all my life thus far, but never with fire trucks. My employer invested in me and sent me to a fire truck training conference in Lansing, Michigan in 2019, which happened to be the 25th anniversary of that particular conference. And I remember flying down there, and I'm not, at the time, I'm still working on it, I wasn't really an outgoing person per se. I would always observe and study what I could, but the outgoing, the networking, yeah, that needed work with me. But this particular conference, I decided I was coming out of my shell and I was going to meet everybody that I could and talk to everybody I could and learn everything I could about these weird and wonderful vehicles that I would now be fixing. So, first day of the conference, I walk into the community or the center at Lansing, and I see a gentleman sitting at a table. At that particular time, there was no one sitting with him, and I just walked over, and I sat down and started talking with him. And we ended up having a great conversation. I learned all about how this gentleman built fire trucks for years and his story in the automotive industry and as a mechanic. And he just told story after story, and it was no different than I was sitting down and talking to my own grandfather. So eventually, me being me and showing my novice, and I just said to him, I said, so I guess you've been with Spartan a long time. And I will never forget the look that man gave me. And he said, yeah, I guess you could say that. He said, I kind of started the whole thing. And then I realized I'm sitting with the owner of Spartan Motor Company, one of the major manufacturers of fire trucks in our world. And throughout that whole conversation, I was just a stranger to him. I was just a new mechanic asking a pile of questions. He treated me no differently than if I had known him my entire life. As the conference went on, we had a few more conversations after that, and I listened to every word that man said when he got up to a podium. And like his drive, his passion, his commitment to training, and genuine pleasure he saw in seeing people grow. It was admirable. It was inspirational. And I've held on to that ever since that conference. Small comments he made. One comment he made when he saw so many people writing EVTs on the particular testing day, he said, it makes me so happy to see all these technicians here testing. It makes me so happy to know that we have more qualified technicians that are knowledgeable and experienced in fixing these trucks every single day. And that is something I've held on to ever since. And Bill's beautifully written obituary speaks a lot about his life. It tells his story quite well. But for me, there's a couple points here that really stood out. And I mean, this one here, Bill was passionate about fire trucks, safety vehicles, training firefighters and mechanics within the fire industry. He was extremely passionate about training and passing on his knowledge. And that was very evident to me in the first conversation we had. And this paragraph here, this is what I remember of Bill, and this is what I pulled a lot of inspiration from myself. He was passionate about sharing his knowledge with anyone interested in the fire industry. And even after 60 years, until he was hospitalized in the fall of 2023, he would be found still driving fire trucks to fire shows, sitting on the bumpers, telling stories, and greeting his friends and customers while updating them on all the newest Spartan motor products. I think to say that the death of Bill Foster is a loss to the fire truck industry and all the communities associated with it as a whole would be probably one of the biggest understatements I could ever make. The loss to all of us is immeasurable. It's monumental. I think it's also important to focus on everything that he's left us, everything that he's instilled in us, inspired us with. He's left a legacy that is to be admired, but it's also one that's left to be built on. And I intend on doing whatever I possibly can, even in the smallest ways, to help continue that legacy, because that's what he's built into me. I want to continue to help technicians train. I want to help knowledge be shared, because it is meant to be shared. Thank you, Bill, for everything that you taught me. I'm honored that I had the opportunity to meet you and know you even in the small capacity that I did. And I know a lot of other technicians and industry in general feel the same way. To the family, my most heartfelt condolences. I can only imagine the heartache that you're going through right now. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Take care, and God bless.